Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your host with the most, Cruz Gaming, and welcome back to another Summoner's War video. Today we'll be discussing the rune build skills and which areas of Summoner's War the KOBOLD bombers are best used in. Without further ado, let's dive into the video. Okay, so first up we have the Fire KOBOLD bomber. When awakened, called ZIBROLTA, has a leader skill, increases accuracy of ally monsters by 50%, which is pretty decent. Next skill, Meteor Bomb, drops a flaming bomb to randomly attack the enemy 4 times. Each attack will inflict continuous damage for 2 turns. So good around AoE hits there. Next skill, we have attacks all the enemies 3 times with a loud bomb. Each attack has a 25% chance to deal continuous damage and block beneficial effects for 2 turns. So pretty decent. Attacks the enemy with a bomb, the damage increases by 15% for each harmful effect on the enemy. Okay, so my opinion on this Fire ZIBROLTA is that he is only good for Necro. He is good as an AoE dotting crowd control monster. You can rune him on Despair to make it more effective, but he's more limited to Necropolis than anywhere else in Summoner's War. I think maybe he might be good for TOA as well. Okay, so for the rune recommendations for the Fire KOBOLD bomber ZIBROLTA, for an early attacker we have a Fatal Blade combo. You can pop in a whirl in there as well. It's gonna be attack, crit damage, keyboard for everything. You can go with a full attack percentage. It also works great. For an advanced attacker, you want to go with a Rage Blade, attack, crit damage. A violent attacker, Vio with a Revenge works perfectly. I also want to include a Despair, Revenge, or a Focus for TOA builds. Next up we have is the Water KOBOLD bomber MALAKA. When awakened, MALAKA has leader skill, increases the accuracy of water monsters by 50% on your team. Next skill, detonates a frost compressed bomb, dealing damage to all enemies and decreases their attack power and defense for 2 turns with an 80% chance. I believe this increases to 100% when you fully skill up this third skill. Next we have Time Bomb. Installs a bomb that goes off after 2 turns on all enemies and increases the attack gauge by 50%. So basically, if you're fast enough, you move with the second skill and then the third skill. First skill, attacks the enemy with a bomb. The damage increases by 15% for each harmful effect on the enemy. Okay, so my opinion based on MALAKA. It's a 4-star bomber, but it's equal to a Ciara, which is a Nat 5 bomber attack power. I have had MALAKA for quite a while. It works perfectly in almost everything in Summoner's War. You can take MALAKA anywhere because the bombs ignore defense, and that's a great thing that you want when you are playing Summoner's War. You want to finish the battle as soon as possible, and MALAKA is going to help you to do so. Anyway, let's go check out the rune builds for MALAKA. Okay, so for the rune recommendation for the Water KOBOLD bomber MALAKA, we have is Fatal Focus. That's going to be your best build out there. The key build is attack. Right? You can go with the speed on subsets if you want to make him fast, but the main goal is to get him on full attack so you can launch those bombs and then follow up with the third skill. If you're fast enough, you get a chance, you get your bombs, you get your defense break, attack break, you get your decent amount of damage after that, and you get your bombs to explode on the second turn of the enemy. You want to aim around plus 2100 attack on MALAKA. That is the key attack power that you want to have on MALAKA, so you can do more than 26,000 damage. But note that this is with a Galleon buff only. Okay, next up we have is the Wind KOBOLD Bomber. When awakened, he is called TAURUS. Leader skill increases accuracy of ally monsters by 50%, donates an electric bomb to attack all enemies and increase their skill cooldown for 1 turn. It's a pretty good, effective third skill. Second skill installs a bomb that goes after 2 turns on all enemies and increases the attack bar by 50%. Attacks the enemy with a bomb. The damage increases by 15% for each harmful effect on the enemy. Okay, so my opinion on TAURUS is that he's good for his third and his second skill as well. Now the thing why he's so good with the third skill, which makes him so unique from all the others, is he sets the cooldown time on the enemy by 1 turn. So now how is this effective, you might think or ask. His third skill is good against a Theomar's passive skill. When he attacks with this, he resets Theomar's passive skill by 1 turn, which gives you a chance to move with a Galleon and another, and maybe your Theomar's, and snipe the Theomar's instantaneously. That's why he's one of the most useful against a Theomar's combo. Besides that, he's also a wind attribute. Now the next thing about TAURUS is his bombs. His bombs are really decent damage type. They follow up well with the third skill as well. You can use it vice versa. Either way, TAURUS is a good monster. Let's go check out his rune. Okay, so for the rune builds for the Wind KOBOLD Bomber TAURUS, we have a fatal focus build. If you want to pull out that maximum attack on him, you can run him with attack for the bombs, or you can run him attack speed for the reset and also for the bombs. But if you go with the speed on slot 2, make sure you get a decent amount of attack on the substats as well as speed, which is very important for TAURUS. I recommend that you go with a swift focus, a quick turn for the reset skill to hit down the enemies, and then follow up with a bomb. TAURUS is best used mostly in Arena, TOA and Guild Wars. Okay, next up we have is the Light KOBOLD Bomber when awakened, called DOVER. DOVER has a leader skill, increases the accuracy of ally monsters with a light attribute by 50%. Next skill attacks all enemies with a bright flash of light and decreases the attack bar by 50% and stuns the enemies for 1 turn with a 60% chance. Pretty good, just like Veromos. Next skill installs a bomb that goes after 2 turns on the enemy and increases the attack bar of DOVER by 50%, which is pretty decent as well. First skill attacks the enemy with a bomb. The damage increases by 15% for each harmful effect on the enemy. Okay, so my opinion on DOVER, the Light KOBOLD Bomber, he has an okay-ish third skill if you get a chance to move first, right? His base speed is pretty darn low, so you'll have to work on a lot of speed. He also bombs, so you can say, hey, you know what, maybe I could build him on a bomber instead of moving first and stunning. I think that's more effective in that way, because the bombs are going to be guaranteed to do decent amount of damage, and then the next turn that you follow up with your 50% increased attack bar, you stun the enemy, so they don't actually move, and then the moment they wake up from the stun, the next turn they're gonna get bombed. So you can use him in that sort of way. Let's go check out the rune build for DOVER. Okay, so for the Light KOBOLD Bomber DOVER, I recommend that you go with a fatal focus attack. Note that this monster needs HP and it needs speed on the substats, right? With this monster, you need to actually make use of the third skill first and then the second skill, or you can go with the second skill and then the first skill, right? Either way, you have to work hand in hand with whichever one you prefer to build him, to use whichever combo. Either way, yeah, he's gonna need the HP and speed on the subsets. He needs that to survive the battle, right? So you can at least use those two skills, which are very important and crucial. I have seen him build and used a lot in RTA. He's very popular for RTA. Also, I have seen him, I think, in TOA as well, because of his stuns. So you can build him for that as well. Next up we have is the Dark KOBOLD bomber when awakened, called BERING. He was an HOH monster. His leader skill increases the accuracy of dark monsters by 50%. His next skill attacks all enemies with a bomb that blocks all magical powers, denying the usage of all skills with cooldowns for 2 turns. Passive skills are excluded from this. Second skill attacks all enemies 3 times with a loud bomb. Each attack has a 25% chance to deal continuous damage and block beneficial effects for 2 turns. First skill attacks the enemy with a bomb. The damage increases by 15% for each harmful effect on the enemy. So my opinion on BERING, he's good for his magic exterminator, which blocks all beneficial effects and denies the monsters who have cooldown skills access to them. So like Lumerisha, she won't be able to put you on max cooldown, just an example. There are other monsters, but I can't think of them right now. He's only going to be useful against those. He's also can be useful against Wunsa, which is popular for RTA, and the Water Desert Queen, which is also good. Also Chloe as well, which is also a main annoyance in Summoner's War. So he's going to be good for those type of areas. Okay, so for the rune build for the Dark KOBOLD bomber BERING, we have as an early attacker Fatal Blade or Wool. Make sure it's a key build on attack crit damage. You can go with attack speed, also works well if you want to get those block beneficial effects up. Next we have is an advanced attacker Rage Blade, which is also good, and also a violent and revenge works pretty well for a violent attacker. Okay, so he'd be probably useful in maybe RTA and mostly maybe PvP type of battles.
Thanks for watching the video. If you made it until this point, like, share and subscribe, and until next time, peace out.